something to say?
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. It is Wednesday. That means it's time for Dynamite. That means it's freshly squeezed time. And that means that you're hanging out with Delita and Travis for Wrestling Gab.
Hi, everybody.
Because that's what people do on Wednesdays.
Leopold had something to say. It was very important.
Was it me and man?
Tina Turner died today.
I saw that. But okay, so I saw a whole bunch of stuff with Tina Turner, but I was like, I was thinking that it was Fatu or whatever her name is, Trinity Fatu.
Oh.
And I thought, because she posted, I thought it was her new ring entrance music. So I didn't think about it.
Is this the right audio input?
I have no idea. Yeah.
Okay.
It's super loud though. Probably correct.
Walter said there's an echo, that's why. And so did
Oh, there could be two, so.
Hold on, we'll fix it.
It's here, hold on. Video capture device.
And is that better?
Yes, it's over.
You guys shouldn't hear an echo now.
Sorry about that. That was the camera up there and this.
So Travis had monsters here today, and they decided to come into rooms they're not allowed in and ruin things because they're monsters. Spawns of Satan.
Monster. Nah, they were actually really good kids.
Spawns of Satan. Spawns of Satan.
So why? Absolute trash.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck am I watching?
It's a go-home show for a pay-per-view, and they have dark matches on it.
Okay, I know they got rid of their dark stuff, but this is dumb. Like, are they trying to make it like, well, we took away these guys' stuff, so we should totally put it on here. It's terrible. Just terrible. EW Network was in the chat, though. He, EWE, how's it going? Says, hey, hello, you're back.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us tonight if you're still in here. Sophie says, hi. Chris is also in the chat. Walter and Harley are with us, too. Hey, guys. Picola is with us, and that's all the new people. Yay. Hi, everybody.
Woo.
Hi, everybody.
Woo.
Hi,
Woo.
everybody.
Woo. All right, this match is underway. We got Orange Cassidy and a jobber.
Jobber.
Kyle Fletcher is his name.
Sophie said hi, but they'll see us Friday. But still in the chat saying Tina Turner died. And Nick Khan said in an interview today that they are open to making SmackDown 3 hours and moving Raw to a different night.
Yeah, it's for all the bidding stuff.
Well, if they make SmackDown 3 hours, I know what I'm doing. I'm quitting. Quitting.
Like
quitting.
Tarantino?
Quitting. I'm quitting.
Tarantino?
Nope. WWE and all sorts of wrestling. I'm quitting wrestling.
Tarantino.
Oh,
Woo! All right, well, we got ourselves a match with Orange Cassidy and a jobber named Kyle Fletcher.
Nobody cares about whatever this weirdo is.
Why this is on,
This is
and
dumb,
it's
and I
you know
hate it.
it's going to last more than 5 minutes, which is just a waste of time. And there's a lot going on that they still need to like seal up and deliver for the pay-per-view on Sunday
Well,
night.
why would we do that?
I was going to say Saturday, but that's why I stuttered there.
Yeah, on Sunday, the
but it is
pay-per-view on
Sunday
Sunday, but God forbid that they do any of that stuff.
Hey, look, we have a contract signing coming up.
For double or nothing.
Those never end well.
Let's see. Chris said, hey, Travis and D. And Walter said, hey, Travis, hey, Daphne, AEW Good Wrestling. Harley said, hello, family and friends. Let's have fun tonight.
Yeah.
Walter says, Tony Schiavone and Taz and Excalibur all on the commentator. Piccola said, hey, Gab Gang's all here. Sophie said the Tina Turner died. Chris said, rip Tina. And Walter's like, Orange Cassidy for the win. Yeah. Piccola's like, rock on. And Walter said, better guys after you fixed it. Walter said, breaking news, Raw moving to Thursday.
Oh, Lord.
Walter says, hey, Leopold. Also, Daphne came close to bingo. Didn't win. Maybe next week. Maybe. Good luck.
I want to play bingo.
Walter says, go Cassidy, get the win. EW says, there is music. What do you mean there is music?
Like Tina Turner music?
Like you can hear music through our stuff or something else?
I hear no music. Lucha Bros going up against Claudio Castagnoli later. All right, they're counting out. This Kyle Fletcher is out on the floor. Had to write his name down.
Fletcher.
He was part of that group, Top Flight. Remember them? They were.
Oh, that's one of those guys?
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
Or no. That was not what they... Not Top Flight. That's Deontay Martin and the other.
Oh.
What were their names? Something H2O or H2 or...
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. Let's see. Pico says D is a Gen Zer and don't believe putting in a 2-week notice.
Yes.
I don't believe in being underworked and overworked and underpaid. I'm a boomer.
Right.
Sophie says Netflix yesterday announced the whole password sharing thing in the U.S. Like you have to pay money if you aren't on the same Netflix account or something like that. Oh yeah, they announced it again. Like they're gonna go forward with that crap. Robbie says what you clowns saying. Walter says AEW Fight Forever June 26th game. Well, it's June 29th. I don't know if they have an early release.
Oh, are they doing an early release for people that pre-ordered?
Yeah, Walter.
That's me.
Last time I heard it was 29th, unless they're doing an early release stuff.
They can
AEW
always
says
change
there's
it.
a new subgenres of metal called good taste metal. Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Is that like
That's
Ozzy
the
Osbourne?
music stuff he's talking about. Pico says in WWE Peacock is moving to Disney Channel. Oh yeah, great Picola. We're just throwing out stuff. Is that what we're trying to say? Robbie's in the chat now. Says, do you any good tag matches tonight? Wouldn't know. Sophie says,
Lucha
my
Bros.
mom doesn't get why every show on a streaming service don't drop their seasons all at once like Netflix used to or still do with some shows.
It's terrible. Then you don't have anything to look forward to.
Oh my God, how awful. You know why? It's because most of those series that you're watching are actually on Prime Television first, and then they get put on the streaming services.
Sometimes they're just streaming services, though, like that one that you watched that at school.
True. And I think that they should only have them once a week.
Yeah, it gives you something to look forward to the next week.
Too bad. So sad. I think you guys all got spoiled with their Netflix crap. And I think it made people more worse than they really are. Chris says more drama on this app called Kick. It's like a less restrictive version of Twitch. Anyway, this former Twitch streamer continues his downward spiral with this breakup he's going through. What?
That's fantastic.
And you're watching it? I'm watching his life implode.
Nothing better than watching a slow motion train wreck.
Quentin Mitchell in the chat now. Hey, Quentin says, did y'all saw the gameplay for Fight Forever? I've not seen any gameplay.
I have not. I mean, I've seen pictures of it on Twitter, but I haven't
I know
actually...
they talked about it being like old school. Like old school look.
Like a WWE game that was about 12 years ago or something. It should be fun. I'm excited to play it.
Ruin everything.
I'll probably play that one, although I don't play the WWE one. I feel like the WWE one's just too advanced for me. I need to start like in like 99 and start playing it, and then play a new one each year.
Right.
Or, you know, like every 4 weeks play the
like there's
new
too
year.
many buttons to push for all your stupid moves, like, and all the moves are different for each one of them.
I don't want to learn
buttons.
all the damn wrestling moves when everybody else has had the same remotes and the same controllers for years. I haven't played it since like 2015 or something.
Sophie said with the Netflix share thing could lose a lot of subscribers, and Chris says with the ugliest girl, then the other streamer got the other two girls, and they weren't too bright either. Oh, it sounds fascinating, Chris.
Love it.
I forgot. I missed one. Let's see. Sophie says this Kick thing sounds weird, kind of like Twitch did when it first came out. And Chris said he went to his friend, another popular YouTuber's apartment, and he basically paid for some hookers, which goes against his code because he's usually about fucking only the best women, when he basically got cucked with the ugliest girl, and the other streamer got the other two girls, and they weren't too bright either. Sounds like your streamers are really dumb, and they're probably just STDs walking around at this point. It's disgusting.
Right, yeah, I mean, and it also depends on how much he was paying for these hookers. Like, if they were over $1,000 a night or whatever, or like an hour, whatever that is, whatever they do, whatever their service is.
Call girl.
Some of those might be
Some of them will
top-notches.
probably clean and don't have STDs, but if you pay him $50, he got props.
Yeah, if you pick these girls up on, you know, like
Las Vegas
the Boulevard,
like Hollywood Boulevard,
like Julia Roberts in the 90s.
So
Just
like,
saying.
did you see the gameplay for Spider-Man 2? No.
No.
EWE says, what if Raw moved to Freeform and develop an edgy product?
Cool.
Would they? I didn't. Freeform was edgy. Pickle says, well, you know what they say. You're hot and you're cold. You're yes and you're no.
Yeah.
You're in, you're out. You're up
and
you're
then you're
down. It's one of those songs. Or life. So it says they want to make the third hour edgier. Oh, yeah.
I did see that. I did see that they were thinking about turning it back to PG-14 or whatever.
They don't want it to be as boring as freaking hell like it really is.
But are they going to allow women on there? Because that's what people want to see. That's the edgier part of it, is the sex, not more violent matches. We don't want to watch AEW on Monday night after 9 o'clock or whatever time that is, wherever you're at. After 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still, we don't want blood. We want sex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that. Chris said he always says he's the KO king and always wins debates.
How is kick spelled? Is it kick?
Like regular word kicks.
I'll check it out.
For best girls, last night he was literally on his hands and knees begging an ugly hooker to fuck him. It was pathetic. Honestly, feel bad for him.
This was on like he was doing it live?
Yeah, on Kicks.
He was begging a hooker to have sex with him. You don't beg hookers to have sex with you.
You pay hookers to have sex with you and nothing else.
This
So
is
she probably
great
wasn't a
stream
hooker.
tonight.
I feel like this is a lie. And we're still in this match that should have ended like 10 minutes ago.
Orange Cassidy going the distance with a jobber? I mean, and it's still going. It's almost 10 minutes.
Vindicators in the chat. Hey, Vince, it's hello, Travis, Letha,
What?
Mods, Walter, Ayla, for when she shows up an hour from now. LOL. Yes.
She said she'd try to get on here.
EW.
I watched her children earlier.
Oh, is that how she paid you back?
Yeah.
By coming on our...
No, she said that she would try to remember, because that's what happens usually is about 8 o'clock rolls around. She's like, oh, shit.
EW says Corey Margera. Okay. I don't know who that is. John Sparkling in the chat. John says, let me talk to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for on AEW, so it's not that. Piccolo's like, it's for the content. Yeah, that's it. It is Piccolo. It's how many views can you get for this, and how fake is it? Like, where are they really hookers? Where's the money exchange happening? I mean, that's all the stuff that should be shown. Like, hey, they should show how they get them, like picking them up off the street and everything. I've seen that. They should show all of it, like from beginning to end. And
the problem
of course,
is
begging for it.
That true call girls will not, under any circumstance, allow a camera.
Well, of course not. We're talking about hookers, though. We're not talking about call girls.
Well, yeah, but will hookers allow a camera?
I don't know. Do they care?
I feel like they would.
Do they? Vinegar says, so Travis, you haven't gotten into this Cassidy versus Fletcher match yet. I thought has been decent so far.
Yeah, not a fan.
Sure, except for one of them is a singles wrestler. One of them has always been a tag wrestler. And the tag wrestler somehow can be just as good as the singles wrestler. I have a problem with that. That's just not right. Sophie says if SmackDown does go to 3 hours, it'll be interesting to see if Fox would do that, because normally at 10 p.m. they have the stupid news on in that slot. Oh my God, the stupid news. Chris says, yeah, they were not OF girls. They were hookers from Miami. Oh. Vindicator's like, SmackDown will be 3 times as worse as Raw if it foolishly goes to 3 hours. Yeah, I think they should keep it at 2 and cut down Raw to 2. Why would they even try to make the last hour of it edgier? You can have garbage like what's happening now. He's just petting him with his hands. What a freak. Let's see. Pickle's like, softcore it is. Bronson in the chat. Hey, Bronson, good to see ya. Tonight says, good evening, guys. EW says, WWE cater to the smarks. Far cats, kids, SJW, vegan, justice warriors, hipsters, Midwest moms. Is that what they cater to? Wow. Chris says, Piccolo, I bet you know who I'm talking about. And John says, who's buying hookers up in here? Ravi says, would you say AEW has got better? No. No. I don't think it's gotten any better, really. I think they've gone downhill from where they started. They could have been something better, but I don't think they got better. I think they were good, and then they just decided that, oh, hey, we're going to be dumb, and then went downhill by doing some of the things they do. Like these kind of matches. Like, is this really something that people want? The people in the audience don't fucking care. Not one person's on their standing up going, yeah, this is the greatest match I've ever seen in my entire career of watching fucking wrestling shows when I go to the live events. Oh, there's a couple people clapping, but no person is on their their feet going, yeah, go, get him. This is great. This is a good shit. That's not fucking happening. None of it's happening. It's not good shit. That's the problem. It's not good shit. And the fact that they're like, but there's people that are just out there just like, yeah, this is so amazing. Is it? Is it amazing? Because I'm not sure that I feel that this is amazing. I feel like this is really stupid. I mean, some people are like, oh my God, did he get hurt? And it's like, how was that even a pin? I want to know how that was even a pin. Or even a try to pin, and why he was even counting. Because none of his shoulders were on the ground. Not one shoulder of his was on the ground. Orange juice, not one of them on the ground.
What you watching? Like what happened?
Bunch of dumb shit. Well, they got to take a break now because they're both tired. Yeah, this part. And he tries to pin him afterwards.
And nothing's touching.
He gets him down there, and nothing's doing anything. Look. Like, where? How's his other shoulder even down? Where?
Referee's out of position is all.
Yeah. He don't know. Stupid.
This is one of the worst referees in the business.
Vindicator says, well, Fletcher is not a jobber, Travis. He is a part of Will Ospreay Aussie Open group.
What?
Is that who this dipshit is?
I thought he was part of that,
The Y2K guys or whatever
the
they
guys
were?
from Australia.
Oh.
Well, Orange won. That was a 15-minute match.
I feel like he's
What do you
still
mean
a jobber.
it's not a jobber? It's a jobber on this company. He might not be a jobber on the independent
Impact or
scene.
wherever he is.
But that's what a jobber is, somebody that the fans don't know.
Yeah, they
You
all
know,
seem
you
to
see
know
it
who
like,
he was.
remember when Nia Jax would wrestle somebody?
Harley.
And then people would be like, oh, that's blah, blah, blah from blah, blah, blah. And you're
Yeah,
like,
the audience really knows who it is.
it doesn't, it's still what you would consider a jobber. But this is just weird that it lasted 15 minutes. It just puts a bad stank on Orange Cassidy.
Puts the stank on him. Stank. Stank.
T-Mobile Arena right down the road. So they must be in Vegas.
Harley says, today is officially the 3-year anniversary since my dad passed away from cancer. Oh.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I understand that in the beginning.
I think my dad died, what, 5 years ago now? 4 years ago now? 5.
Has it been 5?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
6. I think it was in 17, but it could have been in 18. I think it was in 17.
Mm.
Yeah, 6 years.
I thought it was later
In January.
than that. I didn't think it
It was
was.
like January 22nd. I just can't remember if it was 17 or 18.
I thought it was 18. Well, I thought it was later, so I'm like...
No, I hadn't started eating better yet.
Mm.
I started eating healthy in March of 18. Come on, Rocky! Sounds like a drunk.
What's wrong with him?
He's that neighbor that comes through your floor.
Oh, that's on meth? The meth neighbor? He's not even a neighbor. He literally crawled under your house
Right.
to dig up through the floor because he thought he was finding treasure.
Do you know Stephanie?
Nope, she don't live here, buddy. Don't live here. Boop, 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 boop.
But my gun might know who you is.
Right?
Stark just got nailed with a chair. Well, I'm glad that we're going to see this at the pay-per-view. This will be a good one. This Jay White. We'll see what he's made out of. I know a lot of people on the independent scene love the dude. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing if he's worth the the contract.
The pop and everything.
Because did he get a pop?
I don't know.
He's kind of been a mid-carder since he's got here.
No, I meant the pop of the population out in the outskirts of weirdness that think that they're so great when
I'm just looking forward to it because I know a lot of people wanted him to be in WWE, and I just want to see how he handles AEW, the spotlight. Put the gun down.
No.
Negotiate with him.
You had your chance. I will spray you. No biting cords.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just over here walking around.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Trying to eat the curly cord back there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, mister. I see you being bad. Yeah, I know.
DraftKings.
Yeah,
you know how exciting
Cat.
it's going to be to play DraftKings along with freaking wrestling?
Oh, you can't.
Well, you're not
We
supposed
can't
to.
do it.
Most people in the country can't do it, but it would still be fun to play around with. I got to figure out who can, and then I can set my VPN up. Don't do that at home, kids.
Don't do it at all, Travis. Chris says, plus he had 13K views when during the Hooker stream it went down to 2K. Yeah. Victor's like, sorry to hear that. Harley and Pico says, I sometimes felt taxi cab confessions were staged, right?
Was that on HBO back in the day? I think I remember that show when I was a kid.
Vindicator's like, nobody is a tag wrestler their whole life. Everyone starts out in singles. Yeah, but when they make their name as a tag wrestler, then they're a tag wrestler.
It's like if Jimmy Uso was to wrestle Sheamus or something. Like, it's just Sheamus should win. Like, you don't think twice of it. If Jimmy wins, it's kind of dumb.
And
That's all that is. Or Peyton Royce wrestled Bianca Belair. Like,
right.
It's just Bianca should win. She's just a singles wrestler.
Pico says, I'm sort of familiar. Nice. So he says in a couple weeks it'll be 14 years since my dad died. Vindicator's like, sorry to hear that, Sophie. And then Vindicator said something about people and their anniversaries of their parents' deaths. I really want you to repeat that comment, by the way.
The Death Day. Do people celebrate the Death Day? Or whatever you call it?
Death Day.
Well, I know, but the word celebrate might sound weird. Like, do they... Death Days?
You celebrate good time. Celebrate.
Good time. Come on.
Death Day. Pickle says it's an opening match. It can't all be all too great. EW says there are edgy wrestling products out there now. We can only watch like CZW, BJW, Death Championship Wrestling. Pickle's like, I didn't do it. Walter's like, Kassidy won. Okay, at 9:10, I'm going to be here Friday, 8 p.m. for SmackDown, still in chat. Walter's like, fight backstage. And Vindicator's like, Juice Robinson choice and leg wear costume continues to be horrendous.
Right.
Well, of course it does. He's horrendous.
He picked it out from the local trailer park store.
Probably. Pickle says, I would always post summer activities about me and my dad. I haven't done that in a long while. That's cool. Hey! No! Is that why our internet keeps being weird? Because you're chewing on things you're not supposed to? You're going to get your ass in trouble, sir. Yeah. Don't you coming to me like, what do you mean to chew on it, Mom? I apologize. Stop chewing on things.
Hockey marathon.
Walter says, Leopold Cat, get down. And Vindicator said Jay White would probably be just another Ricochet or Gargano on WWE main roster. Chris says also on Kick you can gamble like play slots on like Twitch. Walter says Matt Hardy has Twitch and Adam Cole and Mia Yim. And Walter says Monday is a holiday, no mail fireworks. Yeah, there's no mail, but there's fireworks.
I want to light a firework. I never thought about that.
On Memorial Day. Robbie says, LOL, what's the vibe of tonight's show? Your butthole.
The vibe? Hookers.
Hookers. That's the vibe. Beagle says, I see random Facebook posts when it's a son or daughter missing their parent or best friend.
I have a question. Are you guys excited to see these 4 guys wrestle in the main event on Sunday?
Tell us. Tell us, everybody.
Be honest. I want to hear honest opinions.
You want to hear the honest opinions?
Because I just don't see how it's even remotely exciting. Now, a match, yes. Right? Like, that'd be a cool match.
Yeah.
Just maybe start the show out with it or something. But it's going to be the main event, you would think. I mean, I guess they could still not make it the main event, even though it's for the World Heavyweight Championship. And every pay-per-view they've had, the main event's been for the championship. Right? Or did they do one where it was a tag team championship in the main event? Maybe that was just on Wednesday Dynamite.
Probably.
I remember seeing some tag team championships in main events.
Right.
I was really excited for their tag team division when they first started because they had really good tag teams and they pushed their tag teams. And since then, the tag team division sucks. Like, it hasn't been anywhere near as good. And you can't just say it's because of Santana and Ortiz being gone. There's no way that is their whole tag team division.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because that's the only tag team they've lost. The Butcher and the Blade are still there.
Yeah.
Nowhere to be seen, but they're there.
Every once in a while you see them,
Yeah,
but they're in those weird
trio
tournament
things and weird,
Yeah.
just weird offshoots.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Top Flight's hurt right now because Dante Martin got hurt, but that's an electric team. The tag team champions that rap there for a while, Scissor Daddies, they're still around. Don't see them anymore. FTR, they're pretty decent.
Yeah.
I just feel and Best Friends with Orange Cassidy back then.
Yeah, they kind of gave them the boot of stupid.
Trent and
they
Chuck
became retarded. If they're worth
Isiah
nothing.
Kassidy and Marq Quen. I know Marq Quen, I think it is, that is hurt. So Isiah Kassidy's still around. So I guess they've lost a couple, but I still feel like, and then the Lucha Bros are the best tag team there. And then the other guys, the Elite, the Bucks.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah, you licked it all the way there.
Politicked, not licked.
He licked it all the way there. Harley says about your inquiry about Death Day stuff, you honor them.
Oh,
You
that's the word.
celebrate. You honor. Why can't you celebrate them?
Well, that's the word. I was just
Celebrate their
looking for.
life.
I was
Celebrate.
trying to think of a word.
Honor them. AW says the wrestling killer himself, John Cena. Walter says, yes, 4-man event, cool. People's scale from 1 to 10, the stakes aren't that high, so it's maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, I don't see if there's any possible way that MJF loses that.
No. MJF in a blood feud would be way more exciting. People also says, I almost thought they were pushing Ricky Starks in a blood feud, but what do I know? I thought they were pushing him to be something better, but they're like, no, we're just going to use you as fodder for this weirdo guy that came on the scene and this other weird guy that has a weird looking face. They both have weird
It was
faces.
so strange, though, because they pushed him against MJF, and we thought, okay, this is going to be a long feud.
Yeah, and then they gave
And then
up on it, and all of a
MJF
sudden they're
pinned him on Wednesday Dynamite 2 weeks later after Pebble had the big speech and people were all excited.
Yeah.
The next week he gets pinned and it's over. That's it. He's out of the conversation.
They're like, now we have to do pillar stuff because that's important because people complained. And it's like, dude, we've been complaining for 3 years, and all of a sudden now you're going to do something?
I feel like
Fuck
they
off.
missed the pillar movement.
Oh, totally missed it.
There was a time 2 years ago when that pillars match would have been a lot better. Now it's like, wait, why are we going backwards?
Walter says FTR AEW tag champs, and Ravi says very random tonight. Pico says, Ravi, how do you watch AEW? Is it on paid streaming? Walter says, big announcement for Tony Khan tonight. I'm ready. EW says John Cena.
Oh, another
he's
one?
Wore a skirt.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's for the video game.
He wears skirts.
Who does?
John Cena wore a skirt.
You wouldn't know because you can't see him.
Yeah.
I saw him playing against the Lakers the other night. I think he ran out on the floor a few times because I watched LeBron James just fall down a few times.
Wasn't that on Monday?
Well, it doesn't matter. What matters is that he fell down and he wasn't touched.
Oh my God, that's so
So
crazy.
it
It
had
probably
to,
was John
it
Cena.
probably was John Cena. It's the only way
Fucker.
it makes sense.
So terrible.
Dun, 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 dun.
Walter says Mark Briscoe will do a promo. Is
Yeah.
that what he's doing right now? Pico's like, reach for the sky.
Well, he didn't mean to do it, but
Reach for the sky.
that was a long ass swear.
Oh my God, shake his
You
hand
don't
like
have
a man.
to shake somebody's hand because they extend it just because you're a man. Smack him.
Like a man?
Just smack him.
Why are we shaking hands
Yeah!
like a man?
That's how you do it.
This is dumb.
Exactly.
I hate
You don't
this.
say, if somebody comes up to you, you don't force them to take your apology. I apologize. Now shake my hand.
Like a man!
Go fuck yourself.
Shake my hand
I
like
might
a
have.
man!
I might have accepted your apology if you wouldn't have told me to shake your hand.
Ooh, a man!
Right?
Reach for the sky. There's a snake
Oh, he
in
just
my
pushed
boot.
abroad. I don't know who that is. Oh, the little guy.
I'm thinking
Oh,
it
he
was
smacked Jarrett
Jarrett's
too.
wifey poo.
He's smacking everybody.
I think it was the... Is he like a orangutan? Look how long his arms are.
I want to see him. Smack Sing. Let's Sing powerbomb him through a table.
We're tired of the bullshit.
Like, okay,
Why does he walk all weird?
I've got a few issues with this Briscoe thing. It's gonna come off very negative, but
It's because his brother died, isn't it?
the only reason he's on TV is because his brother died.
True.
If it wasn't, they would have been on TV. I get that his brother had said something that was transphobic or so. I don't know. I don't even know.
Controversial
if
towards
it was gays,
the minor
trans,
opinionation.
something. But it doesn't matter because it comes down to the bottom line. If you're good, you're going to be on TV. If you're not, you're not, right? Like,
Yep.
that's the bottom line.
True.
I mean, Sammy Guevara said he wanted to rape a woman.
True.
And he's right there next to a woman.
It was
Sasha.
Sasha Banks.
But anyway, if you're good enough, you're going to be on TV.
He went and got killed.
Why all of a sudden is he on TV all the time, week after week after week?
Because they feel bad for him.
Because they're like, oh shit, we should have had you on TV, and now your brother's gone. There's nothing we can do about it. It's the same stuff they do with the Sun, -0 or whatever.
Yeah, -1.
-1.
Yeah.
It's that same,
Oh, well, your dad died.
that Brody, whatever.
We should make it up to you and put you on TV and exploit you. But that's cool.
And so now people are watched because he's on, but he doesn't actually do anything. And now he's going to be the referee, which is fine. I get it. I'm just saying that I don't like it.
True.
It's a weird way to exploit it.
Yes.
But
Ayla-
he's a man, so it's okay. Like, it's not the child. The -1 thing irritates me beyond anything
It was
else.
like exploitation of a child.
Right.
Literally exploitation of a
Right.
child. They exploited that kid to no end. I don't care if he wanted to be there or not.
Right.
His mom exploited him. Tony Khan exploited him. That whole fucking let him down. That whole place let him down as a child.
Cody brought him to WrestleMania, which is cool, but it didn't need to be seen. Mm-hmm. If that makes any sense. Yeah. He should have been there.
Yes,
Especially
of course,
with-
bring him there, but don't make him the...
But don't show people that he's there.
I'm showcasing...
You don't have to take it, and that's
Showcasing.
probably more Triple H than Vince to exploit. Because I don't think
Buddy,
Vince would have
you're
tried to exploit.
freezing.
Although we have had a child be a tag team partner to Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman won the tag team championships. But so we have seen it before. But that was a referee's son
Right.
that was active. Uh-oh. We have the House of Black.
The House of Black.
What kind of match did they just say? House of Horrors match, I think.
Yeah.
I don't even know. What
Ayla's
that
in the
means.
chat. Hey, Ayla. Ayla says, hey. And Vindicator says, so if a former tag wrestler like Mark Briscoe won the International or TNT title, it would not be believable? No.
Fact.
Why would it be believable in any sense? He hasn't proven himself as a singles wrestler.
Yet, right? Like, you can obviously split up Shawn Michaels. Like, it can happen.
Take your singles run, make a singles
The
thing.
British Bulldogs.
But it shouldn't be overnight. It shouldn't just be, well, they're split up, so we should give you a title.
Right.
I don't agree
No,
with that at all.
it definitely should be over time. And then, yeah, I mean, like, who cares, you know, in 2025 if he wins the European champ, whatever that.
Yeah,
Pacific Islander champion, whatever
that
that.
one. It's fine.
International.
All that stuff. All Atlantic.
All Atlantic.
Used to be international. or
International.
whatever. Walter says, hey, Ayla. And Ayla says, hi, Walter. Vindicator says, I already said hey to you 40 minutes ago, Daria. Ayla's like, why? And Vindicator says, because. Why not? Ayla's like, oh, okay. And Pickle's like, hello, Ayla. And Ayla's like, I don't know. I don't say hi to people who aren't there. Yeah, that's crazy stuff. Vindicator's like, LOL at Travis. Did Marq say go fuck yourself? EW
I have no
says,
idea.
didn't John Cena cheated on his wife with a porn star he buried talent? I'm sure that's probably what happened. I don't know. It was like, hi, Fat Lisa, and Walter says, Sammy Guevara, okay.
Did you know it was John Cena's decision for Brock to beat him the way he did?
Interesting.
So Brock and Cena were supposed to have like this 50, they call it a 50-50.
Leopold.
Right?
No. Hey.
Hello?
Okay, yeah.
They call it a 50-50. Either each man wins one or that they just have a close match the whole time.
Get out of there.
But anyways.
Fuck.
John
Well,
Cena.
I don't want him in the things.
Right.
John Cena decided.
All right. So John Cena had just witnessed Brock beat The Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, we've got to capitalize on this. And Brock had talked to Stone Cold, and then they came up with the idea of just suplexing him a bunch.
Okay.
And he said, let's just go with it. So he did. He suplexed him like 17 times. And then
Throw me around, bitch. Throw me like a sack of potatoes.
A.R. Fox coming down to the ring.
Yeah,
It's the only one I wrote the name down for. I don't know the other two. I was hoping that.
They would say something.
Yeah, but they're doing it during commercial.
Of course they are. Why would they do it when people
So
are
if
listening?
anybody else knows the other two guys besides A.R. Fox, let me know. I seen their names, but I was like, okay, A.R. is the one I never ever can figure out. Luchador. Lucha Libre.
Pico said, oh boy, yes, I get it. Mark Briscoe isn't a superstar. Vindicator says, Ayla, what kind of random stuff are you in the mood to talk about tonight? Ayla's like, oh, Vin, I don't know. Pico's like, Ayla, what's a great summertime memory with your mama or dad? Ayla's like, something will trigger the random. And Vindicator says, Vince exploited a one-man arm amputee and I think had Brock destroy him in a match during the early 2000s. But did the one-arm amputee want it?
Yeah, he wanted to wrestle. I remember that.
And did he want to wrestle Brock Lesnar? Because who wouldn't want to get thrown around by Brock Lesnar?
I mean,
you guys are weird.
Wee Man got beat up.
Wrestling dreams.
By Brock.
Brock.
John Knoxville went into his room and kicked the door off the hinges.
That's nice.
And then Brock got up, and so he took off running, and he ran back, and he told Wee Man, he's like, Brock wants to talk to you. So he's like, oh, that's cool. You know? So Wee Man's like, I'm going to talk shit to him. So Brock comes in, he's pissed because John just kicked in his door. And then he walks in, and Wee Man starts talking shit. So Brock just picks him up and fucking power bombs him through their table.
That's funny. poor.
And then, so they're like,
poor little person.
Are we going to like press charges or anything? You know, like they didn't know what they were supposed to do, but I guess like the publicity from it was so big the next day for Jackass that they didn't even want to touch it. They're like, yeah, it was all staged, but it wasn't.
Right.
It's funny because you can hear Brock tell the story and then Wee Man tell the story and they tell the exact same fucking story.
That's funny. Because
you usually don't hear that, you know, from
right.
two different sides.
It's true, you don't.
But John Knoxville gets up and just boom, kicks in his door. And then runs. Brock wants to talk to you.
Ayla's like, Fat Lisa, honestly, I don't have anything. Pico's like, haha, the fact it took a long time. Pico's like, aw. And Chris says, let's be honest, though. Gigi Dolan could have been champ the next week on NXT, and I would have been okay with it because she is the star of their tag team besides Mandy.
Okay. I honestly am going to say something that might get you guys mad at me for that too. I have been watching just the women on NXT for the last few weeks. And that Gigi Dolan and that other girl, that Jessie James or whatever her name is.
Yeah, the two that were together.
Terrible. I tried to watch it last night, and they were on the mics, and one was up in the stands and one was in the ring. And I was like, how do people like these guys? She doesn't watch, so she doesn't understand. But unbelievably blah. And I'm like, how are they good? Was it because Mandy? And so Mandy left and basically
Well, she didn't leave.
fucked both of their careers.
She didn't leave. They
Well,
fired her ass.
because of
they got rid of her.
Because of her actions. So I'm still blaming Mandy. I'm just saying that she left because of her actions and just fucked those girls. And I don't see him having a future. Like, I was like, somebody attacked the girl that won the title after Mandy left, the one that beat
Cora
Mandy.
Jade?
No, that's not her name.
Roxanne
Pena,
Perez.
Yeah, Perez. So anyway, somebody jumped her after the match, after she lost, in a black,
Cody
just
or
all
whatever.
black. And so a lot of people, like last night, Mandy's name was just everywhere. So I was like, I feel like they were going to bring Mandy back. They'd probably just immediately put her on the main roster. I don't think they'd put her back in that. But I feel like Mandy's the only one that can save that Jesse James and Gigi Dolan. Because that was working. That was legit. That was like good television.
Right.
But since they've split those two up, it's like neither of them are very good. I watched their tournaments. They both lost clean to other wrestlers. It's like they don't care enough about them. They're putting them up against each other. It's definitely not the Shawn Michaels stuff that we saw with him and Marty Jannetty. I feel like both of them are better than Marty Jannetty, but neither of them are the Shawn Michaels.
Right.
That's how I look at it. And that's just from watching it the last few weeks, since Mandy left, I guess.
Right. Ayla is giving us his face, and Piccolo says, me and my dad would pick strawberries at a local farm and then have strawberry shortcake when I was a kid. And Walter says, House of Black will lose. Harley says, hello, how are you doing? Good, Harley, how are you doing there? Robbie says, what did you think to line up tonight on the show?
Oh.
And Ayla says, my dad took me to the state fair for the first time I met him. He was smashed. No strawberries. EW says if John Cena turned heel, people would like him more.
Yes,
He would just have another run for
and
a
that's
while.
what they keep telling us that's going to happen with Bianca, that Bianca's going to turn heel. Because Bianca's kind of the John Cena for the little girls, right? Mm-hmm. And I look at it and I go, yeah, you can go that route because, of course, everybody wants John Cena to be a heel. He'd get another 10 years out of wrestling right now.
Right.
Make $100 million plus dollars.
Oh, definitely.
If, $10 million plus a year. Mm-hmm. If he decided to go heel. But why, how do you do it? How do you have him a heel and be a dick to the children and then go visit him in the hospital?
It's true.
It's really...
At this point, he's kind of made himself like the weird face of their
That's
thing.
it. House of Black can be all three of them at the same time.
Nice. Good for them. All at the same time. Yeah, somebody said that they weren't going to win. So, yeah, they're going to lose, Walter said. But they didn't.
No.
That didn't happen, Walter.
Not to that team.
Piccolo says young Lesnar and The Rock on SummerSlam 02 was so brutal. They are former WWE knuckleheads. Oh, oof. Thanks, Ayla, for sharing. Ayla's like, no problem. Happy to share. Chris says, sad the burning hammer has become a transitional move nowadays. Back then, in old school New Japan and All Japan, they would bring out the burning hammer move as a last resort move.
Yeah.
It's basically a reverse Cena finisher. Walter says, oh, lights out match. And Sophie says, see you Friday for real wrestling. Okay, Sophie.
See you, Sophie.
Ayla says, see you, Sophie, for the same type of wrestling. Piccolo says, ooh, Travis getting canceled. Chris now
Right.
she's terrible. Piccolo's like, don't you mean toxic? Chris is like, but I'm ready for Tiffany Stratton to become champ. Ravi says, what's the next cookout you're going to, D?
I don't know. Might have to do
none?
one outside.
None at all.
No,
No
I was
cookout.
actually thinking that it was going to be, you guys know this because you watch us, Cora Jade and Tiffany. And then when Cora lost, I don't know if you guys watched that match. That was the weirdest finish from a star I've ever seen. Cora Jade just got back kicked. You see Asuka do those back kicks, you know? That's it. And she got pinned. I was like, did they mean to do that?
They're like, we hate you so much.
Did they change it on the fly and they're like, just hurry and pin her? Because it just seemed like it was weird. It wasn't usually what happens towards the end is you get a lot of pins.
Yeah.
A lot. It was nothing like that. It was just here, I'm going to do this, then that, and then whack, back kick. when Tiffany beat the Perez girl or whatever her name is, she did her rolling senton thing, whatever it is, and then she jumped up and did her moonsault.
Okay.
And it was perfect. Well, you've seen it. I showed it to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolute perfection, which I've seen her miss, by the way, and like land on girls' legs and still pin them, which is kind of weird, but that one she hit. That was perfection. And then afterwards she gets jumped, not Tiffany, but the other one. And then Tiffany and that Valkyrie or Valkyra or whatever her name is, they met at the title, and then that's when the beatdown happened. But now I feel like Stratton has a clear path to the title.
Right.
Because Cora would have been harder for her to beat, I thought, because it would be a popularity contest.
Right.
But now it's almost obvious that it's going to be Tiffany. So there's a good chance it's the other girl, if that makes any sense.
True.
The Valkyrie or Valkyra or whatever, however they say her name.
I don't know.
Because usually it's not the obvious one that wins. Especially when they do that, when they almost pull a wrestler out to make, like Brock versus Roman, and then they pull Roman and put in, Jey Uso. You don't expect Jey to win it.
True.
But he could. Although it's not a championship tournament, and Jey Uso wouldn't be the guy.
Right.
But anyways.
Ayla says, freaking Mandy. Pico says, I know, right? Not blame Canada. Blame Mandy.
Blame Mandy.
It's to the point where Nickelback is no longer the problem. It's Mandy. Ravi's like, who's Mandy? And Ayla's like, Mandy is literally everything wrong with the world. Pico's like, Mandy caused the war in Ukraine. For sure. Ravi's like, Travis laughs, sums up how bad AEW is. Harley says, me and my dad would always go out for breakfast on Sunday. Oh, that's cool, hon. Pico says, the tatted guys won. Yeah, they did. The House of Black People. Ayla's like, Mandy made Hitler a thing. Oh, God. Ravi's like, Mandy sounds like you, Ayla. And Ayla's like, worse, Ravi. And Pico's like, Ayla, she did make $1 million off of OnlyFans. And Pico says, but WWE fired her for breach of contract stuff. Ayla's like, I heard Mandy invented AIDS in Florida. Sophie told me so. Facts.
She got it off of Reddit.
Ravi's laughing at Ayla. Bad to the butt. People's like, wow, reading my comment off of OnlyFans. Good thing I know what you're saying, or else I would have been like, off of. What? Illa's like, I don't have bones. I'm a vegetarian. People says, you just flesh and blood. Oh, Chippy Rock says, Illa, you need help. It's like, yep, fat Lisa. Just flesh and blood. Robbie's like, Brian, why does AEW still persist with him? Because he's the cash goat on that show, I guess.
The cash goat?
Daniel Bryanson. He asked why is AEW still about Bryan Danielson. Persist with him.
I don't know. He still wants to work.
He wants to get
he's
as
still,
many concussions as possible.
He's
so
still
he can
viable.
Be a drooling ninny for his wife to take care of. So when her kids are all grown up, she has another one to take care of for the rest of her life.
I'd have a feeling that Brie would just leave. She's from a different type of family growing up. I don't think she'd hang around very long.
She's like, and done with you.
Yeah.
Moving on.
You're not Bear. I'm off. I ain't waiting for the Chris Benoit part 2. Right?
Right? Robbie says D can fix you up with some good old meat. That sounds gross. Pico says worming your way to the door because you got no skeleton. Pico's laughing. It looks like I worm around like a boss. Travis teach Travis he gets under brief feet. And Pico's like, too soon, Travis. I have no idea. What's too soon?
I said a bunch of this stuff that's kind of recent, so.
Are you talking about the too soon with Bree and Daniel and her obsession with Bear who's dead? Chris says, LOL, I know you would say that Travis the Benoit.
Oh, Benoit too. Well, he has had a bunch of concussions. I don't know.
Well, he has. And we know what concussions do to people, right? They go Benoit. We've heard it. That was their excuse.
Paulie dangerously said in an interview one time he was getting booed by a few fans that were talking about Chris Benoit.
Oh, it's his finish. I'm like, what is that?
Anyways, he was getting booed because he was talking kind of bad about Chris Benoit or whatever. And he's like, look, 3 people were in that house. 3 people died in that house that night. One of them had a choice. He's like...
Did they shut up?
He just said, fuck you to the people, you know. And then he said, as a performer, he's one of the top 5 I've ever seen. But that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah. Robbie says, I was contemplating your cooking, Dee, and you think bad of me. Oh, complimenting. Oh, whatever. You were not right. You're such a liar. Laura's like, boo, MJF. And Walter says, Hulk Hogan versus Shane McMahon in retirement. I heard about it. Shane McMahon can't do anything. He broke his leg bone. Okay, not really his leg bone. His leg muscle.
Yeah, he ripped his quad.
He forgot that he had bones, and he's not just flesh and blood. So he tore it right off. Tore the meat right off the bone. It looks like Robbie is the light in gaslighting, right? Like, what the fuck? Robbie's like, I always think the best of you, and you always cut me down. Robbie, stop lying, dude. It's not cool. We know you don't. It's fine. We know. You're English. I don't think that you can think the best of anybody. People are like, OMG, what if Shane makes a return comeback and pulls another piece? He pulls his other quad off of the bone.
Like Triple H.
It wasn't his ACL. It was his quad muscle like his daddy did. Or
At least Vince did them both at the same time.
Was it a quad? No, it was his hammy that Vince did.
I
right?
think he did both quads too.
Oh.
I can't remember. It could have been
I just remember the
hamstrings.
one where he's showing me and he's getting in and he falls down.
And then he's yelling at him, sitting down. It was both. It was both legs.
Those were his hamstrings, though.
I
That
think
time,
so.
right?
As he's yelling at both John Cena and freaking Batista.
And they're like, "Oh my God, why is he yelling from the floor? What happened? What just happened?" But he's still staying in character. He's like, like an angry little floor midget,
like Captain Jack or whatever they did. Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan. We got no legs. Lieutenant Dan. Oh, MJF's out here talking, by the way. He's talking about the competitions and stuff, you know, all those things. Walter's like, okay, MJF, there's matches. Hurry up. LOL, boo.
We're into that first hour. We got to go into that second hour.
It's the build-up.
I feel like there's matches to be had.
It's the build-up to the pay-per-view this weekend that they aren't really building up to. It's quite amazing, really. Nobody knows what's happening on the pay-per-view, but we're all going to pretend we do. Rob's like, D, LOL, what going with you? What do you mean, what going with me? Chris says MJF doesn't believe in this match in this promo. I can hear it in his voice. And Ayla's like, gosh, Talitha, stop cutting down the little guy. How much more could you possibly cut off, poor thing? Because, like, Lieutenant Dan has magic legs now.
They're spaceship legs.
He sure do. He got magic legs. Yeah, you take your ball and go home. Yeah, you did. You should tell everybody about it more.
Talk about your balls more.
Yeah, we hear that a lot everywhere else, too. All about the balls.
The devil. Oh, here comes Darby the house elf.
Oh, it's this guy.
Oh, with a microphone.
He's got the microphone in him.
I actually know that song. From Pitch Perfect. That's the reason I know. He's got the microphone in him. Every time he touches that ring, it turns into gold.
Oh, Walter's like, Darby Allin, yes. He was like laughing, Robbie. Did someone say balls? He's like, I lost mine because I don't have any. I have a chat message screenshotted on my phone that says he doesn't have any. He said so. Bigelow says if Sammy came out and they had fought every week in the locker room or in the crowd, would this be a better build?
Yeah, or MJF wrestles kind of all of them. You know, they all kind of wrestle each other a little bit. Not some weird tournament.
Kind of did, but not really. Yeah. And the only reason why they did it was to be in the 4-way at the pay-per-view. It was dumb.
It was rushed, but it's not.
People's like, first time Darby is on skateboarding. And Robbie says, yeah, Ayla balls, I would try them. And Ayla's like, clever, Robbie. That's nasty. Oh my God, it saved your sanity? Why on earth, and who writes this crap for these people, do they say the stupid shit that they do? Nobody knows who that is, dude. And we don't care.
It only counts if you do it in shorts and a t-shirt. He's going to climb Mount Everest next year.
That's it? He says he is?
That's what he just said.
Bullshit. He'll probably only get to the first set and be done. I can't breathe.
I want to do it with Wim Hof.
Don't you have to like go through all of his like stuff first? Hey, no.
Yeah.
I will stare at you.
I might even do it with a headlock takeover.
No, don't touch it.
Oh, kicked him right in the balls with his golfer pants on.
Nice.
MJF's got golfer pants.
His old man
My
pants.
grandpa had those pants.
I know, old man pants. Old man pants.
He also had a pair like that were like a pink, like a mauve color.
Nice. Old man pants.
Or
You gonna
salmon.
come see me after you were bad? Of course you are, because you knew you did something wrong. I'll pet you and pet you and pet you. And pet you. It says MJF, he don't have chat BS. Because as my buddy Will Washington says Darby gonna cook his ass. Walter says, come on, I want fight and blood.
Well, there's your fight. I don't know if we'll see any blood, but you're getting a fight right now on the ramp.
Vindicator says, Maxwell hinting at possibly leaving this company was hilarious. Something just to get the geeks going on social media.
Yeah, he does it every time, too.
Walter says, Sammy with the save. Okay, now Jungle Boy.
It's part of his character. I don't even know where he would fit in WWE, so I don't like the whole hinting at it. He'd be good in NXT.
Maybe, yeah.
But I don't know if he leaves AEW for NXT.
Mm-mm. This is dumb. Can we just go to commercial already? I don't want to see this anymore.
Well, he's holding the belt. That's bigger than him. You see, Christian. Wardlow! Those cripple hands. Blah. Cool. So why do you have a mouthpiece if you don't use him? Iron's pretty damn good on the mic.
Robbie says, Darby, hit him. Go on, son, hit him. And Vindicator says, maybe Max wants to test some new competition in Impact. Just like Trinity, a.k.a. former Naomi. Walt says, okay, bye, guys. See you Friday for SmackDown. Bye, Walter.
Who the hell has an 80-pound steel ladder? Iron just said, can you imagine the damage that he could do to you two with an 80-pound steel ladder in his hands? What? Those ladders are aluminum and they weigh...
Why is it 80 pounds? Jesus fucking Christ.
It's terrifying.
Is it because you say they're fat? Is that why they're still in their 80-pound ladders?
Are they using heavy-duty ladders in this one? Is it the Big Show's ladder? Do you remember the Big Show's ladder?
No. Was it like three
Oh
times
my
the size
god,
of the normal
it was
one?
this
and, like,
giant thing that was like that wide at the bottom.
it's not surprising. Robbie says MJFD, your boy is a menace. Is he?
Hey,
Not mine.
there's Valkyrie.
It's Taya Valkyrie. Where's her husband at? Is he in Impact? What's he
You
doing?
know, he's an independent wrestler right now. I don't think he's even in Impact because I see some of his posts.
Huh.
Oh, her finisher will be allowed this Sunday.
And the TBS stuff?
No, Sunday is our pay-per-view. You're going to watch Jade lose her title at the pay-per-view.
Probably.
60-0. Will she make it 61-0 or will she be 60-1?
Chris says sexy Valkyrie time, and Vindicator says Taya looks stunning tonight. If anyone should defeat Jade, it should be her.
She
Robbie
has a ginormous rack. Like, it's almost impressive. Like, because it's unworldly. Who the hell's this?
some lady named Lady Frost. It's her first time ever competing on here.
Is this a one-on-one
because
match?
she was a Ring of Honor person before. Ring of Honor wrestling person. Yippee skippy doo.
She looks good, though. She doesn't look bad. She's Frozen. I watched some Frozen today.
Did ya? That was nice of you.
Is she shimming her boobs? Is that kind of what she's doing?
Don't know what she's doing.
Oh, this match is this is a match. I thought they were teaming up.
No, they're having a fight.
So this is dark.
Yep, basically.
Although, I mean, obviously Valkyrie needs some matches on TV to make it believable that she's the television champion.
I guess.
If she becomes the television champion.
Mm.
But I feel like, why isn't she wrestling the girl that's with Jade? Is she not a wrestler? Remember
Maybe
her?
Not. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I don't know if she is or not. Website Christian Cage still with the old ladders. Vindicator says, or Tony Storm, I'd be okay with either. Chris says Lady Frost is a big deal, actually. Bronson says, do you guys have any plans for Memorial Day weekend? Yeah, watching
We're going to be watching wrestling all weekend. All 4 days of it.
Yay.
Friday, SmackDown. Saturday, the WWE pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia.
Night of
Sunday,
Champions.
the AEW pay-per-view.
Double or Nothing.
Yeah, Double or Nothing. And then Monday is Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, on Memorial Weekend.
So,
imagine that. Losers.
So 13,
That's
14
us.
hours of wrestling over the weekend.
Robbie says, what's Ring of Honor got to do with anything? Well, according to what we understand, Tony Khan bought them or something. Or his daddy did. Ayla says, did you pick Frozen or did Indy pick Frozen?
She just said that she knew who it was. We watched Moana first. Obviously, we weren't watching movies, right? Like, but
put
they
on
were
Moana?
on, yeah. Because she's like, oh, I want to watch Moana. Ozzy's like, I want to watch Spider-Man, but it was like a cartoon Spider-Man, and I don't watch cartoons like that.
Yeah.
And so I figured we could watch it
can't
next.
remember where
But
they
then he didn't want to watch it next, and then so it.
We did. I think they finally put the Spider-Man movies on a streaming service.
Yeah,
they
they're
weren't on one for
I
a
think
long
they are
time.
on Disney.
Are they on Disney now? All of
Yeah.
them?
For now. They don't owned by Disney, but they have
Right.
rights to them for right now. There, see that girl in the green right there? This is what should be happening.
I don't know who she is. She's not Red Velvet? Just kidding.
No, Red Velvet got
Left.
kicked out a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this Lady Frost actually looks pretty good. She's a little raw. Like I'm watching her now.
Vindicator says Frost is a diamond in the rough if she gets managed properly with a decent push. Harley says, I'll be back. Let me know when this mess is over. Going to get a drink. Ravi says, Lady Frost, what have you got me watching? Fuck if I know, dude. You're the one watching it. Chris says, it's so weird, though. AEW does these obscure dream matches for fans like me, but even the AEW crowd isn't popping for Lady Frost. They don't know who the fuck she is.
You can't pop for somebody that doesn't exist in the wrestling world.
Even though she's from ROH and people are like, oh, indie wrestlers, I'm a big fan. There's no flippin' way. It's like that Aussie Open guy in the first match of the night with Orange Cassidy. Nobody in the audience was like, this is some good shit. I'm so glad I'm here. Every once in a while when there's a good move or something, they might stand up and be like, oh, what happened? Is he dead? But other than that, they were all sitting on their asses, and a couple of the people in the audience in the camera angle were like, that's it.
Yeah.
And that was 15 minutes of shit. Pure shit. This should have never fucking happened. It's not going anywhere. It's like, oh my God, what does this have to do with anything with your pay-per-view? Like, or any storylines
It is a go-home
whatsoever.
show. Like, if it was a normal Dynamite, I probably wouldn't have cared. But it's the go-home show.
Exactly. That's what
it's
I'm talking about.
It's to build for the pay-per-view.
Yes.
And it's like, do we know what's happening at the pay-per-view?
No,
I mean, we're
we have
an hour.
absolutely no idea.
We've
I
got
think
literally
the
an
only thing
hour
we know
left.
is like, oh, Taya Valkyrie is going to be going up against Jade.
Right.
Oh, okay, so she's fighting some nobody from ROH, and all of a sudden we're going to see how good she is? Oh, but the Lady Frost lady is so great and has potential. Great.
She does. I can see the potential written all over. She's a little raw, though. Like, you can watch her. She stumbles before the move.
Right.
And it's not really a stumble. It's more of a hop.
Right.
Like, trying to get square instead of being fluid.
Right.
But we've seen wrestlers do that forever.
Let's see. Chris said that. Vindicator says, so you guys are skipping NXT Battleground, which actually has a better card than Night of Champions, which only has 2 fresh matches, and one is with a Hall of Famer.
I'll
Yeah,
figure it out. I might just have it on a separate TV because it's just on Peacock. Like, it's not like I have to pay for a pay-per-view.
Right. Harley says, can we replace Travis for his sister for Night of Champions Live? No.
Yes.
Sorry.
More than welcome to.
Please no. Guys. That means I have to do everything. Robbie says Spider-Man sucks. The first ever movie was so bad. It was like, oh, Oz loves the kid cartoon Spider-Man and Friends. Haha, it's dumb. Robbie says, oh, you recommended it, D. I don't recommend shit, dude. Chris says, plus there was no build-up. Robbie says, it's like 2 emo Dana Brooke fighting. Yikes. Chris says, but the point is this match would be even been better if it had a build-up. The build-up is supposed to be that Taya Valkyrie is going up against Jade during the pay-per-view. So
are you talking about the build-up for the Frost Lady or for the Valkyrie?
The point of
Jade?
this match, but the point is this match would have been better if it had a build-up.
Well, yeah. I mean, most feuds are better with build-ups. We understand that. The problem is that Lady Frost has nothing to do with AEW.
Nothing. She's an ROH person.
And I'm glad she's here. I have nothing negative to say about her. I've been watching her this whole time. I can't find anything other than she's raw. But a lot of the wrestlers on the women's division in this one are raw.
Yeah. And if they come from ROH, even more so.
I don't know how many women are from ROH. Obviously she is too, and she almost got pinned there. Yeah, I mean, she's obviously better than the redhead standing next to Jade Cargill that they don't use ever.
Right.
Like, I don't even know why she's around.
Robbie says, D, go on the website to know info on set pay-per-view. People says she looks like a Mortal Kombat character. Well, I'm glad I just washed dishes now. Yeah.
She got a butt like Sky Blue, though, or Blue Sky, or whatever her name is.
Medicare says, Taya wrestling Layla Gray would not mean anything either. Just because she hangs around Jade doesn't make her a good wrestler. Nobody
Not
said
the
it did.
point, but it's closer to the feud. We see it like Roman makes everybody kind of go through the bloodline to get to him.
Yeah. Why isn't Jade, like, making her have specific people to wrestle all the time?
Like if Sheamus is going to wrestle Gunther, he's got to go through Gunther's goons, or vice versa. Gunther would have to go through his goons.
Make
That's
her wrestle
it.
that Nyla
1,
Rose
2,
person.
and 3. I don't think that's person's around anymore. 7:34 on that one.
Robbie says, NXT, don't do it, D. I'm not going to. Robbie says, I should remember to never listen to your recommendations. I don't recommend anything, so the only thing you're listening to is your own. People says, yeah, nobody from ROH sticks out. The girls with the furry white boots, LOL, so bad at acting, Robbie says. Yeah, that's Taya Valkyrie.
Yeah, she's slow, and I don't like that about her style. is that it's very deliberate in every move,
Yeah.
and that's not going to work. That doesn't translate. Oh, here it is. Here's our announcement, guys.
Here's the announcement from Tony Khan. Nobody interrupt him, or else he'll forget what he's doing. Get from Las Vegas. That's very fitting that we're here tonight.
AEW Collision starting June 17th on TNT. Last week we announced some of the cities for our opening tour with events coming up in Toronto, Hamilton, Regina, Calgary, and Newark. But what we haven't
like a
announced
grade
yet
school
is the
kid.
location for the very first AEW Collision.
This
The
is
first episode of AEW
possibility
Collision
that
will
it's
take
not
place
pronounced that
Saturday,
way. I
June
just
17th.
maybe it is.
8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on TNT from the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. I'm looking forward to a great show, and I'm sure you are too. It's going to be a big night of wrestling, and we have a lot to look forward to this weekend at AEW Double or Nothing. I'll see you this weekend. Back to you guys.
Robbie, Travis did it on purpose so you could hear what he said. Because it doesn't matter. There's no music or anything. He's just talking.
I think we'll be okay with that.
Vindicator says, problem with AEW is their women division is thinner than WWE. Jade has already beaten everyone.
Right, and she's not even the world champion. I feel like she needs to drop her title. So if Tyra can beat her, let it be done. As long as Jade's fighting for the
As long as she's going
world
towards the actual
championship.
world championship and actually gets it at some point, I would be okay with it. Robbie says Nakamura would fit in AEW. Robbie also going to what's the next hype match? Pico says, blink, Tony, it's okay.
Who's Jamie fighting again? It's Ruby, right?
I think so.
Right. So maybe have those girls, like whatever they're called, the O girls, the green spray paint L's, attack Jade before the fight on Sunday. Let Ruby win the title. And then Jade comes out Wednesday to get her payback because she lost her belt because she got beat down. Either that or make Jade forfeit it because she can't go on. And then keep her out for a month or so. Then she comes back and confronts him. But it turns her baby face, but still bitch, right?
Right.
That would work.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember who. Pico thinks it was Tony Storm that was the one going up against her. That's why she had that passionate promo. Yeah, I don't remember who it was.
I'm pretty sure
Hater
it's
says just more
Ruby.
stuff about Collision, nothing new. I think it was the exact same thing that they did the last time.
I
they
thought
did
we
it.
already knew it
Exactly
was
the
going to be
same.
in Chicago.
I thought we did too. And then
So I guess that was the surprise, like, because everything else was the same. So I think it was that it's in Chicago, and then the crowd popped.
yeah, but we already knew it was in Chicago. And then did he say, well, we don't know where it's gonna be? And then all of a sudden now he's like, it's in Chicago.
It's in Regina.
It's in Regina. It's like, oh, go on, D. And Chris says Tony was coked out after that promo, man. I was like, Tony Khan, what a geek. Robbie says, do you ever made spaghetti from squash?
I feel like nerds would make fun of Tony Khan.
Oh my God, right? Like,
That's pretty bad.
I think they
Like, he works for
probably-
the yearbook committee.
He's on the yearbook squad. Whatever that is, the yearbook club or whatnot.
Yeah.
I was like, do you ever made spaghetti from squash? Yes, I have made spaghetti from squash. I've made
I
it
love
for
it.
Travis. He
She
eats it.
doesn't let me
I've
eat it.
tried it. I'm not a fan. Vindicator says Tony needs a spokesman or woman. He gets nobody excited about nothing. Paint drying is more riveting than listening to him
It's
talk.
because he's reading like this the whole time, and so his eyes don't blink.
People is like, haha, it's Mean Girls Regina George. I'm pretty sure her name in that is Regina, not Regina.
Regina.
People's like, is that really a place? It's supposedly a place
It's-
in Canada, dude.
Yeah, it's Canadian.
Regina,
Regina.
Canada. Look it up. I
It'd be
guess.
even funnier if it is Regina and he's just saying it wrong.
Oh my God.
I don't know enough about Canada.
I
so.
don't either.
Alexa, how far is Regina, Canada?
Regina is 871
She said Regina.
miles away by car.
I wonder if he's reading like I do. Because that's some shit I would do. Because she said Regina.
I know she did. I heard her.
Oh my god.
But she didn't say Canada, did she?
Yeah.
Oh.
She said how far it was and everything, like 1,000 miles.
Was it? I thought she said 457. I was like...
Like 1,457.
Oh, okay.
probably.
1,457. Okay.
Pac-Man Page here is a pirate hooker now.
He's a pirate hooker. He's going to be looking forward to September 19th.
Arr.
Arr! I'm a pirate. Where's my booty?
Anarchy in the arena with my eye patch. Arr.
Oh, y'all swarmed to that, kid mateys. Vinegar's like, Tony needs a spokesman or woman. He gets nobody excited about nothing. Paint drying is more riveting than listening to him talk. He's very monotone because he reads it, guys. Like, he literally doesn't blink and he just reads like a robot. He's so fucking creepy.
It's exactly what I would do.
I can see why he's single.
My problem though is what I would do different is I would have read that 17,000 times in that same day.
And then still said it wrong.
And then I came out and fucking bumbled all over my words, but I would have still got it out. And then I would have went to somebody that's smarter than me and said, how do you say this word? Because there's no way it's
Regina.
It's Regina. It's Regina.
So
spectacle. I've done it, guys. I've done it on this channel. I called it a spectacle for fucking 2 hours of a 3-hour pay-per-view. Then realized that nobody even noticed that I was saying it wrong, I guess. Then I realized because they kept saying spectacular or whatever that word is. And I'm like, that's the word? I was like, oh my God.
Spectacle?
Spectacle. Spectacle. I was like, maybe it has something to do with football. I had no fucking clue. I was like, maybe it's Indian. Like, because it was in India. It was that Indian pay-per-view.
Oh, right.
And so I just thought, fuck it. Like, I'm just going with it. I don't care. Spectacle. It's a spectacle. So, Regina is not too far out of what I would say.
Robbie's like, did you not season it enough? No. Okay. So, Rafi, there's a squash that's literally called a spaghetti squash. And when you make it, it like, you cut it, scrape it out of the shell, and it looks like streams of spaghetti. Okay? So when I baked it and cooked it, I baked it with like butter and flavor and stuff like that. But you don't want to put too much flavor with it because your sauce is your flavoring, right? And you don't do that with noodles. So why would you do it with squash? So there wasn't like a lot of flavoring on the squash. Now, if I was making the squash itself by itself, of course I'd put a whole bunch of flavoring on it. But I wasn't. You're putting stuff with it, right? So it's not that. I was like, what's the texture like? So for Travis, he don't care because, you know, he's a dude and textures mean nothing to him. But for me, I didn't like it because that particular squash has a very grainy texture to it, and I don't really like that. And so for me, it was kind of yucky. Anyways, Piccolo says, I'm going to make Moxley walk the plank, right? Vindicator says, so McBryanson did stab Adam with a screwdriver. I thought somebody prevented it. No, it happened. Robbie says, LOL, choking on his words all raw-tied. Taha Travis. And Harley says, see you guys on Friday night SmackDown. Bye, Harley. We'll see you on Friday.
Judas in my mind.
People's like, it was a week ago. I would hope some goof Canadian backstage would tell him it's pronounced different. I'm pretty sure that was a recording from last week. From a week ago.
Yeah, I think it was
I think they just showed that recording again. It wasn't him different. It was him same stuff. Then it says, Travis, do you have a whole toolbox full of screwdrivers?
I do, yes. I have way too many.
Robbie says, I've seen it do that squash, but still. Pickle says, speaking of tool bag Canadians, what have I become? Vindicator says, I'm a dude and texture means the world to me. Why I don't eat bananas, among other things. Vindicator, you are a exception to the dude rule. Most men do not care about texture.
They just don't like the word.
Ravi says, did you use Parmesan cheese?
No.
At that point, Travis wasn't eating dairy of any kind, so he wouldn't have. I put Parmesan cheese on mine probably. But again, I put it with the... So, I don't know how you make yours, but I make noodles if I'm making noodles. So, squash, right? Made into noodles. And it's cooked. Sauce has all the flavoring and everything in it. So, you put the sauce on top of the noodles, and then you sprinkle it with Parmesan cheese and mix it together and eat it.
Again, he's Canadian. You're saying it wrong.
What is going on? What is he talking about?
His assault.
Oh, this is dumb. Quentin says, do you want to know what makes Daddy Magic nipples hard? No, not really, but ew. Pickle says,
why wouldn't you? Probably cold weather.
Pickle says, when Jericho feels threatened, his spiky splinters pop out. Ravi says, my dad gave me banana with cream and it made me barf. That's why I can't eat bananas when I was a kid. What?
What if they're really unripe, whatever that word's called? Like the opposite of
They're
ripe.
green instead of ripe.
Like almost all the way green, but not quite. Can you eat those where they're not mushy?
Because I don't like mushy bananas. I do not eat mushy bananas. I think they're gross. I don't like the texture of them. I have a hard time eating bananas anyways. I don't know what it is about them, but I think they're gross.
Love bananas.
Every once in a while I'll be like, bananas! But I get very unripe bananas. And
oh, I love bananas. I haven't had one in over a year.
I like my bananas to be green with maybe slightly yellowness. But mostly green. Like half and half maybe. Robbie says, straight after I was barfing, so no bananas for me. Are you sure it was the bananas or was it the flu?
I did that with chicken pizza. It was barbecue chicken pizza.
Yeah?
I ate a whole one by myself, a large, one night.
It's a lot.
And I got the flu, and I've never had it since.
Oh, you poor thing.
Because
Quentin
I
says
thought
Bobby,
it gave it to me.
Right? Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly should come back. Yeah, should they?
Get both of them back. O'Reilly can come in his wheelchair
Yes.
because his neck's broken. He
And
can
then
roll
Bobby
on
Fish.
in, and then Fish can come in boxing because he's boxing.
Yeah, he's
I think
a boxer
he's
now.
going to box on the Logan Paul or Jake Paul fight on the 5th of March, April, January, February, March, April, May. August.
People's like, as an Islander, we love bananas. Bananas.
Yeah.
Bananas. Yeah. People, I feel like that is racist, but since you are an Islander, I guess it's not. Rami's like, no flu. Just don't agree with me. Are you sure?
Oh my God. Why are you pushing
Are
on
you
it?
sure?
You're making him have flashback.
Maybe you've had bananas and other things and you don't know, and it's not bananas. Is it bananas themselves? Like, can you eat banana bread? Banana muffins? Or is it just bananas and cream? Robbie's like, SD knows this shit is bananas. Bananas. LOL.
Roll the clip,
Roll
he
that
says.
clip. Piccola is laughing.
He's saying again. Jericho. That was you! You want to touch me? Touch me.
Robbie's like, yeah, it's just like you do with your restaurant story. Yeah? Restaurant story. Are you talking about the one where the guy was barfing in the restaurant in his plate? Pretty sure it's because he ate too much. Pretty sure he was probably one of those gastric people.
Ew. You can't be the Ocho.
You can't be the Ocho.
Beat the Ocho.
Or beat the Ocho.
Here, write it down. Write your name down. Are we going to see
Oh,
fish?
God. We're
Is there
going to
gonna be
see
a
other
fish?
people, I guess.
Here comes a fish. Here it comes, guys.
Rob is like, I can't eat bananas, period.
Here it
Rob's like,
comes.
would you cop that jacket Chris has on? No, I wouldn't do it. I don't like it. That's dumb.
Here it comes, guys. Are you ready?
hideous. It probably gets caught in his hair a lot, too. Like, ugh. This is creepy.
Somebody from Vegas.
He's got one man that's crazier than all five of you combined. And does he?
Homicide and Hernandez, maybe?
Ew.
Homicide
Homicidal
and suicide.
Oh, great.
They're bringing Sabu.
Who the fuck is that?
Okay, so people are going to love this, so don't cut him down. He is the absolute craziest motherfucking wrestler, arguably ever. He's old, though.
Oh, my God.
It's going to be
Vindicator,
interesting.
where are you?
They're bringing this...
Here's
He's
another
not
one.
swindling.
He's swindling fucking money. He's swindling money. Where are you, Vindicator?
This dude is a nutbag.
Hey, you forgot to tell me to give you your $20.
You already did.
Did I? Did I really give it to you when I got here earlier?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, I did. At lunch, huh?
I should have asked you again, I guess. Like I care.
I would have looked at my bag and been like, wait a minute, it's not in here. Gave it to you.
It's in my pocket still.
Pico's like,
Oh,
Chris,
shit!
bada bada bada
Menard
bada
down!
dong.
Sabu's got a chair. He can't bend down and pick up the chair.
Why didn't somebody hand it to him?
Oh my god. How is this even going to work?
Oh my God. Robbie's like, yes, that story. Oh yeah. I was like, who would win in an arm wrestling contest, D or Travis? I got $20 on Travis. Who's to say that he wouldn't let me win? Hello.
Is it sanctioned? Is it going to be bet on in Vegas? No, seriously. Sabu, like, obviously, legend, can't walk. I'm watching him. He couldn't even get in the ring, and now he can't bend over to pick up a chair.
Pico's like, oh my God, Sabu. And Pico's like, cash grab. Robbie's like, contract. All signed nice on Chris, lad. Pico's like, him and Taz had some historic battles. Robbie's like, one. And Robbie's like, Taz wears
So
kid
it
sunglasses.
is Tony Storm that's going to be wrestling her.
What the fuck? No. We ripped the arm off the bone and then beat her with it until she's dead. We don't eat it. What kind of fucking person we need to eat it in front of her? Yum, 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 like a piece of corn? Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 ding. Yum, 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 ding. Like, what the motherfucker? What kind
So
of fucking
Garcia's
promo
wrestling
is that?
right now against Adam Cole? Or is
No.
that the other guy?
It's that other dumbass.
What's his name? Fuck.
Dumbass.
I know, it's
Strong.
Roderick.
Dumbass.
Roderick in there with my favorite.
Dumbass. Oh my God. Will this never end? You know, this could have been a great go-home show. It probably would have been really quick, but they're like, you know what, we're going to do stupid crap. So, for the first hour and a half,
So why didn't they do
then
anything
we're
with the
gonna do
women?
go-home stuff.
Why didn't they do anything with the women? Instead of just that weird promo. It should have been a thing with the women. It's the World Championship.
Yeah.
Is Jamie Hayter really hurt? Jamie Raider.
I was like, he does, D. Haven't you seen him? No, I don't know who you're talking about. But Chris, LOL, Delitha, when's the last time you ate corn like that? I never have. But it's in cartoons.
Every summer.
I
Dude,
do
I watched
not-
this guy one time on the internet.
I do not do Num, 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 num.
He
Ding.
stuck
But I'm going to start now.
He stuck like a paddle bit into the
God,
corn.
That hurt your teeth so hard.
And then he put it in his drill and put his mouth on it and turned it on, and it ripped his front tooth out.
Yeah, because that's what... You know what? I've lost a baby tooth when I was a kid eating corn on the cob. It went right into the corn on the cob. Right there. It was right there. I was like, gum, gum, gulp. We were at my grandparents' house. My mom was like, oh. And I'm like, my tooth.
Anyways, yeah, I watched the guy do it. It was back when McKenna was little.
So you'd think I would have trauma from that, but I really like corn on the cob. Especially during the summer. Who wouldn't? If you don't like it, I don't know what your problem is.
Corn on the cob's fine. I'll eat it this summer once or twice.
It's just one of those things. Like, I just want it, like, I just want to have, like, a whole pot of it. Just eat 6 ears. That's it for dinner. Just 6 ears of corn.
Yeah.
Just
One or two
buttered
times.
and salty and...
Yeah, we don't have any grown this year, so.
I know. I'm going to have to get special from somewhere else. I might have to go to the farmer's market this year.
Yeah. Throw some money at them.
Take my money and give me your corn. Vindicator says Sturm might have been watching too many cannibal movies lately. I guess. I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Zombie apocalypse.
I was like, oh, D eats corn like that all the time. D eats it like them old Tom and Jerry cartoons. Hence why I was making a joke. And no, I don't eat it like that.
I do.
But it's
I don't eat
funny.
it that fast, but I eat it in straight lines and then turn it.
Yeah, but you don't go, ding, ding. They did that in the cartoon.
I don't make the ding
like the
noise.
old typewriter part. Well, that's what happened when they would do it. You don't say ding. They made a ding sound when they were eating it in the cartoons. So since I don't have a
Dinger?
yeah, here, ding. Not my dinger. JJ just said that you wanted to lay all weird. You're such a weird cat.
He needs to get some sleep so he can keep me up all night.
He just wants to loaf on your feet. People's like, oh snap! Guess what WWE superstar is on Twitch playing the new Street Fighter? Is it that guy that broke his Achilles a while ago and he's back and he's really stupid? Xavier Woods.
Is it Dakota Kai since she has nothing else to do for the next 6 to 9 months?
Or that one. That could be the one. The other one.
That's the one I'm going with.
Vindicator says, so is corn more satisfying on hot summer days than watermelon?
No.
Not necessarily on hot summer days.
But hot summer nights.
But other times.
Those summer nights.
Robbie says, D, you ever eaten chicken liver or lamb's heart before? Some tasty shit right there. No.
Chicken livers I eat all the time. Lamb's heart, never heard of.
Travis has eaten chicken hearts and chicken livers, by the way.
I like chicken livers. I don't hate the hearts, but I think I'm gonna eat them and then they're too chewy. So I don't know if I need to smash them or stab them or something.
Yeah.
Maybe soften them up a little bit.
I have no idea. Maybe they're just chewy because they have valves and stuff in them.
Yeah.
But yeah, meat, no. I don't eat that stuff.
It's the best stuff
It smells weird to me, so I won't eat it. I don't like the smell of it.
Like elk? I can't eat elk because of the smell.
If it's
so
not
good.
mixed with something else, yes. Elk is the same way. Like the smell, I'm just like, that's okay. Now, if you put it in something and didn't tell me, I probably would figure it out and go, that's not normal, and then I'd pick it out and never eat it.
It's so good though, you would eat it.
And I have a very sensitive nose to things, so I might be able to smell it out.
There's no way somebody could cook elk around me and I wouldn't know. I could tell if the neighbors were cooking it.
Oh, yeah.
I could smell
That's
elk from a
stinky.
mile away. Or deer, but
Yeah.
elk's definitely the
Which
different.
is so much weirder because it's not as gamey.
I don't care.
It has
The
a
taste.
worse gamey smell, but it doesn't have a gamey taste.
Right.
Makes no
the hardest
sense.
one to eat is bear
You have
And-
to eat it really hot.
because it's so greasy.
That's what my mom always said. She goes, I've had bear before. She goes, you have to eat it when it's really hot or else it's just disgusting. She's like, it's like literally putting a big thing of fat in your mouth and trying to chew it up.
Yeah, and it's
She goes, it's so gross.
it's definitely like a powdery feeling in your mouth. Mm-hmm. But it's good. Like, but
Picola
I
told
wouldn't
us-
go hunt bears to eat them.
Right.
Or
Picola says
mountain
it's
lions.
Tia Trinidad or Thea. I don't know. Does she pronounce it Thea or is it Tia Trinidad? AKA Selena Vega is.
Oh.
Oh, Miss Selena. Out there playing the new Street Fighter. Good for her. Because like chicken livers are okay. And Ravi says if you fry it with some onion and black pepper and garlic, it's good in a cast iron pan.
Mm-hmm. Need to get me one of those.
A good cast iron pan.
This match has lasted way too long. Roderick should have won this a long time ago.
Yeah, if he's so great. Bobby's like, I know what you mean. Do you know what we mean? Boop, boop, kitty cat. Oh my god, seriously.
Who's going to take a nap? But then I figured we're still on the air.
Oh god. Are we?
Yeah,
Jesus
23
Christ.
more minutes. And not that I want to get off the air. It's just I just don't want to see this match anymore.
Can we move this along faster, guys? Can somebody please beat the other person's ass enough that we could leave?
Another jobber, Garcia, in there with Roderick Strong. By the way, I'm not a fan of Roderick Strong, so if it sounds like I'm cheering for him, I'm sorry.
You're sorry. Sorry, that's not what's happening. He's stupid too. And dumb. Dum da dum dum dum. Dum da dum dum. Ooh.
Grab a glass, amigo. Ooh, let's watch beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball? What? It's the pro series at Huntington Beach.
Yeah, but it could be dudes. So you got to be careful.
He goes like, there's got to be over 25 ex-NXT wrestlers who moved over to AEW. You think?
Oh,
It's
there's quite a
pathetically
few.
stupid at this point. Riley's like, the reverse suplex, is it an overused move? Is what?
No, it's fine. I mean, that you're supposed to try to reverse it. I mean, that's the whole point. You stick your boot up and block it. Remember the old days they used to do that? They'd like block it with their foot. That's fine, but I don't feel like it's overused. The vertical suplex seems to be getting used a lot, like where they hold them there. And it's
I'm
paused.
so strong. Look at me. Rrr.
I mean, I like when Bobby Lashley does it or something, but it seems like some other guys have been doing it lately.
Yeah. A lot of them have been doing it. Bunch of weirdos. It's back from their commercial break.
Things really starting to heat up here at this men's final. What the? That's a real voice. It's dudes. I can't watch.
They're like, we need the guys from the beach that are like the surfers that are like totally high all the time.
By Tri-Born.
Like, you know, bro.
Sorry, we're watching beach volleyball. I switched the channel. It does look like that match is over. It looks like Willow Nightingale did win. I switched it to the hockey game. Now I could switch the picture back over. That's
Yeah, 'cause
terrible.
Roderick Strong somehow won against Daniel Garcia. No way.
Thank goodness. So they put the title on Willow Nightingale. I don't know if anybody out there is excited about that.
Robbie's like, I bet you could lift me up with your big muscles. What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Totally, man.
Why are you so creepy?
I just want to call the wrestling like this. It would be really hard for me to slow down every word because I don't normally talk like this, man. But
Like, bro.
I'm going to try. Don't get me saying that. I'm addicted to that.
I know you are.
When I was in junior high, I
Bro.
might have lost friends over that.
Bro.
I could say dude 14 times in a row. Bro, dude. No, dude. Bro, dude. Like, why do you keep saying that? It's like, well, I don't mean to, dude. Bro. Like, fuck. Hopefully I'm not stuck in that. Old neural pathway just opened up. It's like, look, I'm a highway.
I will smack you with my chancla.
Is that a shoe?
Yes. Right in the mouth, too. I will pop you in the mouth with it.
Smack.
Sophie's back. How's
Hey.
AEW tonight? Yeah, well, you know, go home showish.
Normally, I don't have anything negative to say, but they've been kind of throwing the show under the bus.
Yeah, it's been kind of tonight. For a go-home show, it's just like, what the fuck? Why aren't we
They're not doing
go-homing it?
anything with the going homes. We
No
just had
going
Roderick
homes.
Strong wrestle, for fuck's sakes,
Yeah.
against Daniel Garcia.
But here's like, maybe Taya should have wrestled Willow tonight with Monet watching in the audience. Robbie says, you said you lifted weights, so I was guessing you could lift me up. Dude, I lifted weights years ago. I haven't lifted weights in forever.
She won't go to the gym.
Just haven't gone. Like, every time I think about it, I'm like, when the fuck am I going to fit it into my time schedule?
Tuesday.
I'd have to, like,
and
go
Thursdays.
early fucking in the morning, and nobody wants to do that. I personally
You
don't
have
want to
a
do it.
bunch of
I've
time in
never
the
been good
morning.
at doing that shit. I hate
I
that.
forgot about that. Because you don't work till like 8.
I know, but it's 8:30. But
That's like
still,
3 hours that you
but
could be
still,
hanging and
I don't
clinging.
want to go to the gym that early. I would hate it. I would be worthless for the rest of the day.
No, trust me, it's the opposite.
Sweetie, I went to the gym for 2 years straight
After work.
And it doesn't matter.
And it
I
worked.
was so exhausted. I was like, I'm ready to die now. Thank you. I was not all hyped up and crazy and
Woo! Woo! Woo!
broing and duding all over the place.
You got
And
a
here's
bro
like,
and
dang,
dude.
so both Raw and Dynamite had tag team main events. Nothing original on any of these go-home events.
Nothing.
Nothing. And we got another swindler that everybody's excited about.
Sabu showed up.
Poor old man.
If you're into that.
Want to talk about exploiting. There it is.
Yeah, he couldn't.
They're
even-
exploiting senior citizens.
He had a hard time getting in the ring, but once he did, he threw a chair at Matt Menard, and then he had to try to pick it up to throw it at somebody else. And it was evident
Yes.
that he couldn't bend down and pick up a chair.
Yeah, that's not good.
And it was his lifestyle. It's this business that took that from him, his ability to bend over and pick up chairs. And so hopefully he was financially compensated fairly for
Yeah.
giving up his body.
Exactly. Vinegar says, do you just go to the gym and bounce on the big colorful balls and you'll be fine? Yeah, and what? Knock myself out with one of my boobs? Thanks a lot, Vindicator. Thanks. That's exactly what I should be doing. Getting myself concussions.
Your boobs don't go up.
You don't know. You don't bounce with them. You have no idea. You don't have them. They're not on your chest.
Bounce with me, bounce with me. Bounce with me, bounce with me.
Robbie says, Sod, just get a couple weights at home. Yeah, that'll work out real well. Let me give myself, some weights at home.
There's weights out on the pad. For clinging, banging. Wheeler Yuta and Claudio
Help myself with
Castagnoli.
my motivation to do that. Once again, it's about time. It's not about weights. It's about time.
Well, hypothetically, if you did it here, you could do it 4 days a week, and that's plenty of time.
Can't. 4 days a week when?
Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
That's it.
That's 4 days.
I know it is. But what good is that?
That's all you need. 4 days is a lot. 3 days is probably good. That's what you used to do, was 3. I mean, you might have done other things, but 3 days of lifting. Because you do your
I'm
pushes
pretty
one
sure-
day, you do your pulls the next day, and you do your legs the next day.
Yeah.
There's your 3.
But like I said, I'm pretty sure that I went to the gym every day except for like the weekends.
Right.
Every day of the week I went and
Yeah, you
worked out.
probably did lighter
And I
days.
did weights every day.
Right.
But it was just different areas of my body that I did, but still did it every
Right.
day. There was no 3 days. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking
Well,
about,
it's
dude?
3 lifts.
Vindicator says, I'm surprised Claudio has not been given a push for AEW World title yet, and he been there well over a year now. Weird.
He's too big. They
don't
like
Tony
him that
Khan
big.
doesn't like big guys. Remember, Vindicator? As well as you don't. You guys all like these little tiny boys.
The
12-year-olds
biggest
out
guy they're
there.
going to give the title to is somebody like Rey Fenix.
Yeah.
And I don't mean in tag teams Or television championship.
We're talking about
world
the
title.
actual world title. I'm surprised that MJF has it. But he's not really a big guy either. He's not very
at
big.
all. He's like 5'8".
So
He might be taller than that. 5'10", maybe.
Robbie's like, Claudio, he's done better since leaving WWE.
He's done different. I don't know if he's done better. But he's done different. Like,
Different, definitely.
I feel like in WWE he had a chance to be a real star. And they just never pulled the trigger. And now we're seeing the same thing happen in AEW. I honestly feel like he could be a legit champion. He can't cut a promo, and that kind of cuts him down. But being in a group like he is right now, it could definitely work.
I mean, he does have a title, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's the world champion of Ring of Honor.
Yeah, lame. Pico says, be careful. Yuta, you might dislocate or break a limb in this match.
Right.
Oh, yeah, because it's the Lucha Bros.
Yeah, but he's not going up against the Luchasaurus.
They like to help people break things. It's funny.
Wardlow needs to be the one that's worried on Sunday.
Might get his wrist broken.
Who's winning this, the Hurricanes or the North Carolina team?
Eastern Conference Final.
So one of them's North Carolina. Maybe they're the Hurricane. Anyways, there's a Florida team and a North Carolina team, or South Carolina team. There's a Carolina team and a Florida team. Oh, Florida's winning.
Yeah, they're winning.
I think they're the Panthers or something. Florida Panthers. None of them look like a panther. All of them are in red and white and black. I've never seen a panther in red and white. Have you?
Nope. Robbie's like, Brie Defo told Brian to get that look he be rolling. So he says, I will watch this watch along back to see what I missed. Sweet. Pico's like, let's go Panthers. And Pico's like, even though I don't watch hockey.
Yeah, it's that kind of a year. I don't know what's happening. I just was watching baseball.
Florida leads 3-0 in this Eastern Conference Final.
And there's still another period left. I always want to call it a quarter, but it's a third. So they call it a period.
It's gross.
Jesus.
Robbie's like, do you enjoy
Hanging out with a
Brian on
junior
the
high
mic?
kid out here. Regina.
Nobody said that I was an adult.
Period. That's gross. They call it a period.
Disgusting.
They have 3 periods.
You want some? Want me to pour it on your face?
You want him to jump up and run? He'll feel so betrayed. Or is it the Carolina Wait, no, that's a football team, huh?
It's the Panthers. Picola said, let's go Panthers.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he knows that they are Panthers.
And then the Carolina, Hurricane?
Maybe. It looks like a hurricane. Has like arrows and stuff by their name.
Whoa! We almost had a new tag team champions right there. They better go to picture-in-picture immediately.
Picture-in-picture immediately. Look on the white jerseys. Because the red jerseys say Panthers on them. So the white jerseys say
Canes?
Canes.
So
Canada's.
Hurricanes. No, they're definitely not Canada's. There was a team called the Canadians, by the way. I don't know if they're still around, but there was a team called the Canadians. I miss all the Canadian teams. They used to have a lot of Canadian teams in the old days.
So it's like, did I miss D giving a rant over something random? No. Robbie's like, I seen a Pink Panther. LOL. Were you on drugs? Or was it a diamond?
It was a cartoon.
It was a diamond.
Dun, 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 dun.
The Pink Panther was a diamond.
Dun, dun, dun,
Pico says, I have also seen a Black Panther. Nice. I think those are real, though. Robbie says, yes, you did. Sophie and Peel's like, oh, that is confusing. Ain't Miami the Hurricanes for NCAA? Yeah, but in hockey,
They're
there's a
Florida.
Panthers.
And the Florida team's called the Gators in football. But yeah, the Canes are Miami, but they're Carolina.
In this one. The
Hurricane.
hockey team is Carolina Canes. Robbie says, D, you're a bad influence on me with your smutty mind. People's like, the state flag is on the Panthers jersey. Is it? I didn't notice. I don't know what your state flag looks like, so that's
I have
probably
no
why I
idea
didn't
what the
notice.
Florida state flag looks like.
Is there AIDS on it? I'm just kidding.
Isn't the Carolina one like a rebel flag or something?
I don't know. Maybe it could be.
I think that's South Carolina. I think this is North Carolina.
I don't know what Carolina it is, but they aren't showing it anymore, so I'm upset.
Well, there's nobody in South Carolina. I don't even know one city in South Carolina.
You don't know the capital?
I don't. Do you? No. Or you would say it?
Is
South
it
Carolina. I'm sure it's like something like Gettysburg or something because, well, it was in the Civil War, so I'm sure there was some battle there that we all know. And so when somebody says, "What about blah blah blah?" I'm gonna be like, "Oh yeah," but I can't think of Charlotte and then Raleigh. Those are north.
What is South Carolina's
They're the
capital?
Gamecocks.
Oh my God! Seriously? That's sad. For the life of me, cannot remember what South Carolina's.
Alexa, what's the capital of South Carolina?
South Carolina's capital is Columbia.
What the fuck? How do I not know that state exists? I've never heard of Columbia. I mean, I've heard of Columbia, but it's a drug place. And
Columbia is not a state. It's a capital.
South Carolina is a state. How do I not know one goddamn city? If I don't know the capital, I probably don't know another city.
Yeah, I don't know
weird.
any cities.
Holy shit.
But I was like, so Tina Turner really dead? According to what I heard.
That's the rumor.
Pico's like, yes, syringas and Mickey ears. Oh, Jesus. Robbie says, did you go to Carolina? No, I've never been to either North or South Carolina. I have never been to the east part of the United States.
North Carolina.
It's really far away,
Come on,
Robbie.
raise up. Take your shirt off. Twist it
Pico's
around your
like
hand.
Columbia,
Stand
yes.
up like a helicopter.
Robbie says, Dee, how did you not know the capital? I don't know.
I didn't
I
know
used to
it.
know all the
I
capitals.
still
at some
don't
point.
know the capital, and if you ask me on Friday, I will not know the capital.
He won't remember. It'll be sad. Vindicator's all right, Trav and Lady D Frost. You and the mods and Leopold and even Eli. Guys, well, take care. Have a good 48 hours until I see you again for SmackDown.
Woo!
Let down. Bye-bye.
And then we'll be here for the whole holiday.
Bye, Vindicator.
See you
We'll
then.
see you on Friday night for SmackDown.
Friday, Saturday,
Hopefully you
Sunday,
can join us some
Monday.
this weekend if you don't have plans. But we'll be here, Saturday, Sunday, and then, of course, again on Monday for Raw. Yay.
And Monday's going to feel fast after the 18-hour pay-per-view on Sunday night. That is AEW.
Rose, like, do you got time still to go? Do I? Not sure I really want to go to Carolina of any kind. South or
Carolina's
North.
so pretty. You want to go to North Carolina.
Yeah, I think I'll pass.
What?
It sounds atrocious.
Just trees as far as the eye can see. Unless you're claustrophobic, you might not like it.
I'm not claustrophobic. Piccolo says, I went there once. There's a nice place called Myrtle Beach.
There, I've heard of that one. See, I knew there was something that had to be there.
In South Carolina?
Myrtle Beach, I've heard of that.
Oh. Are you sure it's in South Carolina?
I'm pretty sure it's called Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Okay. Promises to you, would you
They
say
used to have wrestling there.
fluoride and water toothpaste bad for you?
You probably shouldn't drink fluoride, would be my guess, but they put it in drinking
They do
water.
put it in drinking water.
They must not think it's too bad for you, unless they're trying to cut down the population.
But I'm not sure if you really need it. So I don't know. I'm not a doctor or a dentist. I don't really know a lot
Canadian
about
bomb.
fluoride. All I know is it's good for your teeth. I don't know anything other than that. But in all reality, it's only good for your teeth when you're losing baby teeth and gaining teeth. After that, like, as you get older, fluoride doesn't really do anything. Like, it's good for when you have your
I don't know
little
enough
kids,
about it. I'm not going to comment.
from what I understand. But I've never heard of going to the dentist and getting a fluoride treatment as an adult. Let's put it that way. Oh my God, his stick broke. He's like,
Oh.
I don't have a stick.
Is it tied, or was that earlier?
I think
Hey,
that was
that's
earlier.
the great one.
It's 2-3.
Did you see that? No. The guy on the very end right there?
Is he?
He's the greatest ever.
Is he a great one?
They call him the great one. What? He's the only great one in sports. If you say the great one in sports, people know who you're talking about.
Is that Gretzky?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, I remembered. I guessed right. Yeah, Robbie's like, do you love to mock AEW? I haven't even said anything about it. How can I mock it? I was talking about the hockey game. About breaking sticks.
1, 2,
Okay, broke a
3.
stick.
No! Phoenix kicks out. Wheeler Yuta almost had him.
He almost had him in his butthole, but then he forgot what he was doing. Oh, sad.
Claudio threw Wheeler Yuta like a lawn dart.
He's like, here, get in there, bitch. Pew. Pew. Feels like I've had broken hockey sticks from being an intern. Damn. It's terrible. Oh, God. Why is he putting his back on him? He's like, let me lean on you to get up.
Him. He's like, what? I'm just trying to get up.
Oh, no.
Very lackadaisical.
Lax in your daisies.
Henrik Lundqvist, he was a very good goalie.
How many teeth do you think in his mouth are fake? He's kind of a handsome guy, isn't he?
Yeah. He played for not the Knicks. They're the New York, not Islanders, New York. Rangers. Holy shit.
The Young Bucks are helping out, holding
The
Claudio
Bucks.
back.
Cheating sons of bitches.
Hey, look, Wheeler Yuta got the pin from the other guy. So now they're still ROH champions for the tagness. Oh, God, it's over. Yay.
Yeah, but that's the send home because there's that big four-way at the... So they actually finally did something right.
They threw some of that four-way stuff in there. Good for them. With the ROH stuff, I guess.
Everybody wants a four-way.
Ew. Ooh.
It's basically two couples.
Rob is like, I know, but I love your mocking of wrestling. It's hilarious. And Pico says the local team is called the Ice Flyers. I know hockey in Florida.
Good.
Robbie's like, Kenny Lou, and Robbie's laughing. I don't know what you're talking about. The best nickname in hockey, the Lamborghini.
John Mox is in the building.
Oh my God, everybody run away so we don't have to listen to him talk. Hurry, quick, turn the cameras off. Anyways. I think this might be the end of it.
This is the end.
Of the show.
The end, my
as
friend.
we know it.
The end.
No. Oh, God. You laugh and you smell so good. Because I'm going to knock your teeth out. And then I'm going to shove my beer in your mouth. So you can't laugh or smile ever again. Sorry, that's probably not what he really said, but I'm not listening to him. So.
They're going to be laying on the pavement in Las Vegas Boulevard.
Sweet. I was like, what's wrong with John Mox's wife? Why is she just always so giddy? Dude,
She's getting it at home, maybe.
I don't even pay attention to her, so I don't even know what you're talking about. The less I see of her, is the better my life makes. But she gets in there, and then we have to look at her, and I try to not look at her. So there's that.
He calls it squeamish of blood. Nobody's squeamish of blood. They just don't like to see you bleed every week. There's a big difference.
Oh, is that what he was specifying, that people are squeamish of blood?
Yeah, because he thinks that people don't like his wrestling because they're offended by his blood.
No, excuse me, dude. What I'm offended by is the fact that you think that makes good wrestling. That's the part that's really sad and stupid. It's the fact that you think that if you slash yourself enough, that everybody will be like, this is the best damn wrestling I've ever seen. I mean, all you have to do is flop around on the floor and cut yourself, and all of a sudden it's great wrestling. It's like, dude, that doesn't make good wrestling. You don't have to do it all the time. If you want to do it in main event type stuff, great, fine, awesome. But everyday type of events and matches, it makes no sense.
Every day I'm hustling.
No sense whatsoever. Anyways, Ravi said D ain't Mox's wife from Canada. You know what, Ravi? You probably know more about that than I do. And according to Travis, which wasn't coming from my mouth, it was his. Anyways, thanks for joining us tonight for AEW Dynamite, guys. That was the worst go-home show to a pay-per-view I've ever seen. I still have no idea what the matches are going to be for this Sunday's pay-per-view. I think I know 2, maybe 3.
Jamie Hayter.
Oh, 4. I guess. I know 4 now. But that's it, and that's pretty pathetic and stupid, but not surprising coming from Tony Khan and his retardedness.
Somebody will have it written down.
No, somebody will. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate it. We're going to see you on, SmackDown on Friday for another go-home show to a pay-per-view, which will technically, if I remember correctly, that SmackDown was pre-recorded?
My guess would be...
Or is it actually being in Saudi Arabia live?
I doubt it.
Right. So it's probably pre-recorded, or it's live, and it's not going to be anything to do with the pay-per-view whatsoever, because they're dumb. All right, well, that's going to be fun. Anyways, so join us for Friday. And then, of course, it's Memorial Weekend here in the States. We will be here all weekend for all of the wrestling that's happening.
Good stuff. Because we like good stuff here.
There it is. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. See you on Friday. Bye-bye.